Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love is Blind Season 5, Episodes 6 and 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, try let's get into it if we're going to get into it. When the episode first opens up, it's the next day. All of the couples are waking up. JP still doing the Beyonce, everybody on mute. Honey, he ain't saying a damn thing. Baby, JP ain't saying a damn thing. Taylor was like, you can speak. I'm not speaking because she getting sick of it. Like, sir, what is wrong with your throat box? Why can't you utter a word? Over on the other side, Lydia is trying to find matching outfits for her and Milton. He's like, no. She said, yeah. He said, no, I don't want to wear those. I want to wear my gray shorts and my pink shirt. Child, she more childish than him. You hear me? So she's begging him to change into the black shorts. She's like, please, please, baby, come on, please. He doesn't want to do it, okay? He is giving gray shorts, and that's just that on that. But, I mean, I was presently surprised that he stood firm. I mean, I think she thought that being older, she could control him, but it didn't work because I see he got them gray shorts on. Moving forward. In the next scene, Taylor and JP are doing an excursion. Child, by the time y'all get outside, honey, maybe y'all need a little something. Because, I mean, it was a silent ride, child. I mean, they was kind of talking here and there, but what really do they give? Nothing. So they stop and have a picnic. And she's still trying to talk to him. So she's asking him if anything was on his mind. And he's like, no, we're good. Everything's fine. And he was like, well, you know what? I do have an issue. I want you to show your freckles more. JP is creepy and eerily quiet. Okay. It's the quiet ones that you have to watch. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I just want to sit in silence. Please don't talk to me, especially in the mornings. I am not a morning person. Please don't say that to me in the morning. But he never says anything ever. If someone looks at you and says your breath stinks, okay, after all of those hard ass kisses you've been given, and you still proceed to kiss and then smile, something is wrong with you. Baby, something is wrong with you. So she's telling him, you know, just because we met blindly doesn't mean that I'm not human. Like, why are you not speaking to me? I see why he needed this show. Between his love of 4th of July short sets and him being on mute, there is absolutely no way. I could never continue with him. When I say no way, I mean no damn way. Over on the other side, Stacy and Izzy are playing miniature golf, dressed for 2 different occasions. I said, what is happening here? These two do seem to be having a good time together here on this little getaway, honeymoon, or whatever it is. But I'm wondering what will happen when the newness wears off. As I'm watching this, I'm just like, now what's going to happen when y'all get into the real world? So she's telling him that she thought he was going to come on stronger. And he was like, well, you know, I'm kind of shy, especially with you because I actually care about you. So it's nightfall. Milton and Lydia are having dinner, talking about their college courses and how hilarious she is, or she thinks that she is. He's telling her that she's bossy. I'm bossy. Okay. He's telling her that she's bossy and she agrees a little bit. She's like, I'm not bossy. Okay. Maybe a little bit. Girl, anyway, it's cute now. But as he comes into his own, it will not be cute when he starts to become more vocal. See, this is the thing. You got to start how you want to finish. If Milton allows Lydia to run all over him, then that's what he's going to have to endure for the duration of his time with her. But him being so young, I don't think he's really coming to his own yet. So for now, you know, Lydia's hot and she wants his body and please, I want to touch you. I want to love you. And all they do is kiss. Okay, so all that kissing, his 24-year-old hormones are fine with that. But once he settles into his manhood and realizes that I don't want to hear this, okay? I don't want to touch you. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want none of that. I want you to respect me. Then it's going to be a whole different story, honey. Anywho, moving forward. Stacy and Izzy still enjoying each other. Let's move on. With JP and Taylor, they get in the bed, right? because it's nightfall. Okay, fresh face, all of that. He's asking how she felt about the day. And she was like, well, I mean, it was good, but we aren't where we should be. So he blames her because she couldn't get over the awkwardness of it all. Y'all are still very much awkward. So why would she be getting over it? How can she get over something that has not changed yet? What are you saying? So he's telling her, well, it's you because you won't change. You want to get over it being awkward. Just let it go. It was the first day. It doesn't matter. We're good now. He's trying to change her mind. And she's like, what? No, it was not just the first day. She said, it's 3 days and it's still not working. So he started talking about it was day one. She's like, you know what? F day one. Okay, how about that? Forget day one. He says, well, that's what started it. She said, no, it started here after the reveal. That's when it started. So she's telling him that he doesn't talk. And that's the first time that he actually said anything to her. Of course, he's just looking. So she said, what changed after the pods? This man fixed them paper thin lips to his and proceeds to say, it was your makeup. So you wanted her to reveal herself to you and the world with her hair tied, sweatpants, chilling with no makeup on. That's when she the prettiest. You hope that she don't take it wrong. Listen, Drake, okay? She didn't want to come out like that. What the hell did you expect her to do? When you are making a first impression on anyone, you put your best face and foot forward. And she didn't even have on a ton of makeup. Actually, she looked no different. I don't know if it was just a little blush and a little eyeliner, honey, and a little pop of lip gloss, and she was out the door, because really and truly, she looks the exact same way. She's like, so it was my makeup? He gonna say, yeah, it came off as fake. Now, JP, I was going to spare you, but now you're pissing me off. Your non-existent talking self, you pissing me off. But the minute you decide to speak, you spew ignorance. So just go back to being quiet. Now, another way that you can look at it is, well, he's just trying to tell her that it's her natural beauty. No. He called the woman fake because she had on a little rouge, as my grandmother would say, honey. She had on a little rouge, and all of a sudden, she's fake? No, it doesn't work like that. Because who in their right mind presents themselves in pajamas when they first meet you? Fresh face with absolutely no makeup on. If that's what you're used to, then the experiment didn't work, because love is not actually blind. You're trying to make sure that she's what you want. That's not what this is about. Love is blind means no matter how they look, tall, short, big, tall, big, little, it doesn't matter. Red, white, blue, green, black, orange, you're going to accept them because you've fallen in love with their personality. See, the thing is, you ain't got no damn personality, and Taylor halfway got one. Now, I like you, Taylor, but she don't want to carry you, and all of a sudden, it's her makeup. I knew something was wrong with you when you came out there in those kickers, okay? When I saw those boots, I questioned everything about you. Baby, when I saw them boots, I said, oh, baby, not them Wranglers with them boots on and a blazer. Oh, yeah, you can't be trusted. You cannot be trusted at all. So then he just gets mean and says, well, you had a caked up face, fake eyelashes. I'm just being honest. Like, why is me being honest mean? Like, what's the problem? Are you serious? Any woman you walk past may have on something, even if it's lip gloss, even if it's just blush, even if it's just mascara. What are you talking about? You're just trying to hurt her feelings because your funky breath self can't convince her to stay with you and live a life of silence. That's what the problem is. You're definitely giving weirdo vibes, and I don't like it. It's getting weird. So she gets up and walks away, baby, because she's pissed. But then she comes right back, and she explains to him that women put on makeup to feel pretty. Girl, he knows exactly why women put on makeup. And the makeup is for you, not for him. If you feel confident and you feel good, then it is okay. What man looks at his woman and says, I mean, you're fake. You put on a fake face, those big old eyelashes. Like, no, that's very demeaning. And sir, go to hell, respectfully. You should put on a totally different face if we really want to be real. Moving forward. Child, that wardrobe consists of USA basketball jerseys, and he washes his face with the flag. Don't even listen to him speak. Okay, he couldn't even speak his speech to me, because I would act like he ain't even talking. So he's telling her that she shouldn't wear makeup, and she's like, I will do what the... I want to do. Pack it the hell up, Taylor, okay, and head back to the H. Don't even worry about him. This explanation as to why he doesn't speak makes absolutely no sense. He said 99% of women would love to hear that the man wants them without makeup. Well, then you need to go find that 99% of women. What are you doing here? Because this 1% over here wants to fix her face. And what else is going on? So she told him that she is definitely not standing there with him tonight. And he said, well, I don't care. Oh, okay. And on that note, I will be on the first thing back. Do you hear me, baby? Somebody will have to give me a red eye. I'm leaving and I'm not turning back. She said, well, you know what? I'm going to take the time tonight and I'll talk to you later. Honey, I would take the rest of my life, but that's just me. He is not ready for anybody. So she was just saying that, you know, she wanted to keep the love that they had for each other because they did fall in love with each other's hearts. And I was like, oh, she's so sweet. Taylor, you deserve so much better. And I hope you get it. And I already knew your heart was big. A kindergarten teacher, that's someone who has a love for children. You actually have to choose the grade level that you would like to teach. And the fact that she wants her babies to remember her and she wants the kids to feel like she's made an impact on them. She's so kind, talking to him so lovingly. Because, baby, if it were me, baby, she better than me. Because I would not speak to him ever again. He would get nothing from me. Okay? I'd be like Aaliyah on the I-10 by 10. He said he wanted to go back to how things were in the pods. Sir, you're not making any sense, you little weasel. So after being insulted, she decides to leave. Child, she didn't leave quick enough for me. As soon as I heard fake, I would have shut all the way down. Don't call me no name. Don't call me no names. In the next scene, it's the next day and it's time to go back to Houston. Child, that was a turnaround trip. I said, well, y'all were down there one day, but they really wasn't giving nothing, honey. So hurry up and get them back to the H. So Stacy and Izzy are saying that they don't want to go back. Milton and Lydia are talking. And she said the first person that she's calling when she gets home is her mom. He's like, I'm going to do a group FaceTime with all my homeboys. Okay, Milton. Okay, Milton. How cringe, honey. Not a FaceTime with all the homies. So she's asking him if he's scared to live with her. And he was like, well, I mean, a little, because I like my own space. She's like, I like my own space as well. I mean, I third that. I'm with y'all. I like to be in my own space. When I get mad, I like to go in my house and close my door. You stay over there where you at, and I'm going to stay over here where I am. Moving forward. It's the next morning. JP and Taylor meet up to talk. He's telling her it's probably his fault, but he wants to work on everything and he wants to hash it out. And he doesn't think that this should be able to derail everything that they've been doing together. You've done nothing but sit and look at each other. And she been kissing your funky breath. This is the thing. This is how I know Taylor is a beautiful person inside and out. I will literally gag if you come toward me with a kiss and that breath is breathing. So the fact that she continued to take all those hard kisses that he was, all those abrasive kisses, says a lot about her. Like, sir, anyway. So he's like, how do you feel? She said, huh? He said, how do you feel? So she's like, well, you know, it's completely different here. I just didn't expect this. You know, seeing the other couples, they're happy. And I feel like we should be happy. Like, I still care for you, but it's just not working. She does not feel the same. And she says she feels very uncomfortable. He's like, yeah, I know. You've told me. Well, you made it even more awkward when you insulted her. Like, she says she doesn't think that they should be together, live together, or be engaged. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, Taylor, for seeing things early. It's quite impressive at 25 years old. And I'm glad that she didn't go along to get along just to be on this show and try to make it down to the altar and put on this dress and drag her family through things, knowing that it was not going to work. This season is going to end with one marriage and a possible. This is awful. Oh my goodness. Moving forward. So they end up hugging it out. Okay, girl, no more stinky kisses. He's like, I'm very sad. You know, the only thing we had was the pods. So she feels like she made the right choice because there was nothing there. And you absolutely did. So now they're back in Houston. Time to move into the shared apartment. So they're about to meet up with the people that they didn't choose. Child, we know Johnny can't wait. Stacy and Izzy are talking about their housewarming, and I'm wondering if Stacy and Izzy would have connected outside of the pods. As I was watching them interact with each other, I was just thinking, would Izzy have come up to Stacy had they not done this experiment? I don't know. What y'all think? Comment down below and tell me if you think the two of them would have interacted outside of this show. Over on the other side, Lydia and her son, Milton, okay, because that's exactly how she treats him, are at the apartment. They are getting on my nervous system talking about each other. She's all, you're 24, you act 24, you're an old woman, you're old. I'm like, y'all are getting on my nerves. He's always critiquing her dialect. She has a hard time, and you knew this before you chose her. And eventually these little jokes are going to get old. He was young when you chose him. Okay, like what's wrong with y'all? So anywho, Lydia and her son Milton are at the apartment, and he finds out that he's now on night shifts. So he's going to be going into work at 6:30. And he was just like basically telling her the work-life balance isn't the greatest with his job. She gets off at 6. He leaves at 6 to go to work. So they won't see each other for a little while, but he does 4 3s. So he does 4 days on and 3 days off, which is a pretty good schedule. But yeah, she's worried about the fact that they won't be spending time together. Over on the other side, Stacy and Izzy, they're in bed talking about how supportive her family and friends are, but she's worried that he might change his mind because his mom was not very receptive. So here go Izzy. Well, it's not that she doesn't want me to be with you. She doesn't want you to get hurt because she knows how I am. Immediately upon him saying she knows how I am, I would have said exactly, how are you? And let's get mama on the line. Because the last thing I'm about to let you do is drag me through the mud. He said he always finds something about the other person that would turn him off about them. Now, I'm confusion. Because wasn't your biggest insecurity you being abandoned or feeling unworthy, but you do it to other people? I told y'all that was a manipulation tactic, and that was game. I just hope people don't leave me because I'm bald. I don't buy any of that at all. So he said with her, he has so much unconditional love for her. Izzy, you just say whatever you think sounds good, honey, and you ain't fooling me. Okay? I call lies. And this right here, this conversation is giving Fantasy Island. Moving forward. In the next scene, Milton takes Lydia to his apartment. They're looking around. She starts criticizing as soon as she walks in. I would be so annoyed by her. She keeps talking all loud and she talked too much. It's just too much. He's a bachelor, a 24-year-old bachelor. What did you expect? Like, girl, did you expect home goods? It's fine. It's not dirty. Look, we went last season and saw Kwame's place. And that place was disgusting. Okay. And I have been reviewing Married at First Sight for 3 years now. And some of those men's homes are disgusting. Y'all remember Mitch? Honey, if you don't watch Married at First Sight, Mitch's home looked like a compost heap. So for me, 24-year-old bachelor, this is okay. So he has this microscope. He doesn't want her to touch it for fear that it may break. And she's like, no, I can touch it. I had one of these in college. He's like, don't touch it. It's very old. It's not. I'm like, oh my God, honey, please don't touch the microscope. Just look at the rocks and don't touch nothing. And then in walks the roommate. Charlie got a roommate. Houston, we got a pro. Child, that roommate came walking in equipped with a backpack. Baby, this is a fool. Milton, quit playing grown up and continue living your bachelor life, honey, playing your Pokemon cards, which you just keep on with your rock collecting life because you are not ready to be married. So his roommate is saying that he's ready to be married because of his degrees and he's making money. Baby, that don't mean nothing. You getting a degree has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Marriage is hard work. It is more than a notion. So he said, he speaks about Lydia in a way that he feels that she can help him go in the right direction. And so Lydia's just taking it all in because, of course, it's a compliment and she likes it. Over with Stacy and Izzy, they're on their way to her house. Izzy's eyes lit the hell up at that house being 3 stories. Talking about, ooh, I can't wait to move in. A scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying, is also known as a buster. Always thinking about what he wants and just sits on his bro. So no. Honey, shout out to TLC. No, I did not like that. Something about that just gave me the ick. When he was so excited to walk in there, he started talking about how he was going to put this big TV up and all this other kind of stuff. It just gave, let me move my Jordans and my PlayStation 5 over here. I did not like it. So after the tour, they started talking about finances. So she wants to know about if things break around the house, how would it be split? You know, because the HVAC is $20,000. You know, what if it breaks? She just bought this home. So would you help her out? He said, yeah, I mean, we do like 50-50. She said, well, what about dinner? He said, yeah, 50-50. Now, listen, I'm all for the 50-50 or whatever when it comes to fixing up things and maintenance around the house, but the damn dinner? So let me get this straight. You gonna move into the house that I purchased before I met you, okay? A house that has been turned into a home. You're going to put your name on the deed. Then you're going to take me to dinner as my husband and expect me to reach into my purse? Now, immediately no. Okay, as my husband, I am not going 50-50 with you on no damn dinner. Now, I don't mind treating. I really don't. I like to treat my men. Don't get me wrong. But Izzy seems like he just wants to move in and keep his money in his pocket. Okay, that's what it's given to me. So she's saying, she likes nice things. And he was like, well, I haven't been with many women who need materialistic nice things. Well, I don't know where you get them from, but baby, there's nothing wrong with her liking nice things. This is giving Mirla and Gil. Okay, you got the bald head just like Gil. Mirla came in with the Louis Vuittons and the Fendi, Prada, Gucci, Louis. And the way his bank account was set up, he had Swiss bank accounts, talking about he was moving some money over here to Colombia. Child, he was doing all kinds of stuff. Izzy is giving very much Gil, sir. That's not going to work. She's letting him know that her family works very hard. Her dad has worked very hard. He's gotten money, lost it, got it again. And she does not want somebody that's going to come in and sit back and just take things from them. Because her dad is the type of person that's like, I got the check, I'll pay for it. And she does not want a man that's just going to sit there and accept that. She wants a man that's going to fight for the check. Well, girl, you don't want him, honey. She don't want nobody that's going to just take advantage of her daddy footing the bill. So he claims that it's not going to be an issue. But again, seriously, Izzy isn't ready to be nobody's husband. Not nobody. Over on the other side, Aaliyah, for whatever reason, is meeting with Uche for the first time. Girl, why? Now, side note, you are so pretty. You are a naturally beautiful woman. I have to say that. And baby, the curls are popping. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. What are we doing? What? So he shows up and she's like, thank you so much for meeting me. Girl, not you called him. Oh, honey, we need to have a visual for you. Do you hear me? Aaliyah, we are going to have to stage an intervention. What is going on? So she's telling him that she wants to be his other half. She loves him and her heart is in her hands. Ma'am, I'm really trying to understand, but I can't. I just cannot. Why is he sitting across from you right now? Just why? So she's telling him that she wants marriage with him. She pours her heart out, okay? Pouring her heart out, all while he just sits there. Me personally, I'm going to tell y'all something, okay? Let me tell y'all something. I don't think he was physically attracted to Aaliyah. I don't think he was impressed by her, even in the slightest, even though she's beautiful, okay? Aesthetically, he probably likes the Lydia type. Let's just keep it all the way real. I felt absolutely nothing. He didn't even give a smile when he sat down. There was no hug. There was nothing. Like, no, he don't like her like that, child. He don't like her like that. And that was the end of episode 6. So child, let's move into episode 7. When that episode first opens up, Uche and Aaliyah are still sitting at this table. So he starts to tell her that she didn't express any doubts. So he was confused. And she said, well, I didn't have any doubts until I talked to Lydia. So he was like, I feel like there's nothing there for Lydia, nothing. But Aaliyah is like, well, she told me that you just stopped seeing her a couple of months ago and she's making all these comments about you and I don't like it. So he says, well, you didn't come to me. But she's like, I came to you with the situation about me cheating and you weren't very warm about my past mistakes. So I was a little bit afraid to talk to you. So he's like, well, I made a 180 turnaround, if you remember. Yeah, after browbeating her first. You didn't know how she looked and you wanted to see her outside these pods. So, of course, you made a 180 turn. So he said, well, I was just in my head and I felt that I needed to protect Lydia and not badmouth her because you may think that I badmouthed my exes. Now, I was like, okay, Uche, I'm with you on that. I can kind of see that. Because a man is always, she crazy. 9 times out of 10, you ran her crazy. Okay? But at the same time, you didn't have to put so much, I hope she gets the man of her dreams. I hope she gets married. I hope she gets, you didn't have to put so much stank on it. But I appreciate you not bad-mouthing her and whatnot. He said after dating Lydia for a few months, he found out that she did things to invade his privacy. Okay, then why were you so upset when she suggested Lydia probably saw an email and applied for the show? Make this make sense to me, Uche. If you're going to say to me, Lydia invaded my privacy, then why did you have an attitude when you were on the phone with Aaliyah and she suggested that Lydia saw an email? Are you in serious right now? Yeah. And seeing as how you know that Lydia is capable of these types of things, that should not have been a surprise. You should have been like, you know what? You sure right. She probably did look at my... Baby, listen. If you tell me something that makes sense, I'm going to be like, you know what? You damn right. I ain't even think of that. Because sometimes, somebody else has to say something in order to spark something in you. So he said, once she lied to me, I broke things off and she kept calling and texting me and then she apologized and then I gave her another shot. He said after that, he got messages of screenshots from her Instagram profile, and these are from friends or whatever, asking if he knew Lydia. So he was like, yeah. So basically, Lydia would go through all of his friends' stories and watch them, everybody on his follow list. So then she took a picture of his house and sent it to him and said, I see you. So he got scared and broke it off and stopped talking to her. But then he felt bad because she experienced a loss. So he said, hey, I know she needs me. I'm going to give her another chance. What kind of loss did she suffer, Uche? Huh? Was it of the pregnancy kind? What kind of loss? And secondly, how would you know that she was going through anything if you broke things off and you were no longer speaking to her? Okay. He said he talked to her until she got new friends, then he broke it off again. Not you taking her back 3 times. So Aaliyah is like, okay, cool, but why are you so concerned about her and Milton? I just felt like something was still there. And is. Okay, not and was, but and is. So then she found out that Lydia knew that Milton was going to be there. Here he go. How do you know? Did she say that? She said, well, she told some people in the pods. See, this is real life scary. I know people are like, it's editing. Lydia's no. Baby. This is real life scary. I don't play with stalking. I take that very seriously. So just casually saying, well, she told some people in the pods that you were going to be here, so she's going to be here. Yeah, okay. Moving forward. Baby, Aaliyah said, I was just thinking if y'all want to be on TV, y'all should have went on the ultimatum. Baby, not the ultimatum. Ooh, I hollered so loud when she said that. I said, girl, you are a mess. Lydia needs to go get an exorcism, honey, not the ultimatum. So he's telling her that that's ridiculous. Like, why would we want to go on here and do something like that? So then we'll meet each other's friends and pretend like we don't know each other's friends. I'm like, you got all the answers. That's a very dangerous person. Because if anything goes down, you know exactly how to hide the body. Okay, you already have an alibi made up. I don't trust it. So then she tells him that she made the joke about her talking to him and taking him, but she didn't really mean it. And she's like, I really do. I just regret leaving. Girl, stand on it. You meant it. You said it and you meant it. And given the circumstances, that is okay. Okay? That is okay. What's not okay is you always running. You have to learn to talk it out, even though it may be uncomfortable. I feel like if you had sat with him and said to him, listen, I ain't gonna do this. But see, this is the thing. Okay, because I thought about this. The reason why Aaliyah probably didn't do that is because she knew that Uche would talk her into staying. And she was conflicted. So she wanted to go somewhere and clear her head. But I don't know why you here right now trying to get back with this man, honey. I really don't know. So she was like, I just feel like it's worth trying. He said, I can see myself with you, but I have doubts. So he explains to her that them being in the pods helped their communication in the real world. But then when they got out of the pods, she followed and unfollowed him, sent a voicemail message, then she deleted it, then she blocked him. So he had no way to contact her for 48 hours. He kept checking her Instagram only for her to unblock him. Well, Uche, honey, that seems like a pattern, because didn't you say the same thing about Lydia? She blocked you on Instagram. And let's not forget that you said you never wanted to talk to her again. She was still on the phone when you said that. And I feel like maybe her emotions were all over the place. She felt like, okay, let me follow him on Instagram. No, but I don't want to. Like, I can kind of understand it. It's giving childish. Aaliyah has a lot of growing up to do. She really does. I don't have time. I would not want to be with anybody that has time to play Instagram games. Like, no, maybe you and Milton should have been together, Aaliyah. That's what I'm thinking. Moving forward. I honestly don't believe Aaliyah is emotionally mature enough for this experiment or a marriage, because she hasn't learned to face things. But Uche, you're no walk in the park either. Your story had as many holes in it as Swiss cheese. And baby, you ain't fooling me. Okay? Now you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you ain't fooling me none of the time. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So all this, and then she suffered a loss, and then I took her back. No, you took her back because you wanted to. So he said, I never considered asking someone to marry me before. I mean, I'm 33 years old. So then he starts to run down what she did wrong and tells her that she didn't have confidence in him or the relationship. So it's over. That's all he wanted to do in the first place. That's all he wanted, was to be able to end it on his terms. You could have saved all that. You could have really sent it in an email. Well, you probably was blocked, but still, you could have sent this in a tweet. What she did is worth ending it. But you take Lydia back 3 times because you felt bad even after you realized that she was invading your privacy and stalking you, in your words. I'm not understanding. She stalked you and your friends, and you took her back 3 times. Aaliyah made one mistake, and you can't be bothered. You know why? Because Aaliyah is not the Lydia type. And that's just that on that. Child, you ain't fooling me, Uche. Goodbye and good night. Moving forward. Aaliyah was like, I understand. And child, she looked like she trying to fight back tears. Girl, don't do it. It is for the best. You don't see it now, but after growing, you will. And did y'all see that little smirk when she said Lydia followed him there? He was like, oh, did she? How did you know? He likes the toxicity. He really does. He loves it. He loves that fire behind Lydia, whether he wants to say she's crazy or not. Aaliyah doesn't give that. Aaliyah rolls over and folds. No, he needs a woman that's going to cuss him the hell out. That's what he needs. Child, anyway. In the next scene, Stacy is at Izzy's house looking for nightstands. She's like, where's the nightstands, honey? How the girls put their stuff down when they come over here to get it popping? He doesn't have that, but he does have a lost and found with other women's jewelry, but he doesn't know whose jewelry it is. Sir, just throw it in the trash. Why do you still have it? That's weird. Y'all don't think that's weird? Why do you have a lost and found? And why do you not know who this stuff belongs to? So then she realizes that he has red Solo cups and Dixie paper plates. Oh, honey, it's giving just enough for me. Baby, it's giving just enough for me. Honey, I ain't expecting no guests, and I never will. Izzy, a box of plates costs $10.99 at the local Walmart. You can get 24 glasses. Very nice. Okay? For $9.99 to $15.99 down at the Walmart. They are steady rolling back the prices. So you and these Solo cups and these paper plates, child is giving Airbnb. So he's telling her, she gets what she gets. Take it or leave it, because this is how he living. And she's telling him, the lost and found thing kind of threw her off. He said, well, I didn't remember it was there. Well, how did you go straight to it? You couldn't wait to tell her about that. He said, I saw it last night and I wanted you to see it. She's like, why didn't you throw it away? You wanted me to see it for what? You wanted me to see that you used to be an F-boy? Okay, so they're having their first argument. Let's get into it. She said she's confused because it's not making any sense. And he feels like she's being materialistic. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying how I feel about it. So, baby, it's getting heated. She goes out on the balcony because he has pissed her off. He goes outside and tells her that she wanted someone that's going to fight. So he's there fighting. Yeah, fighting to move into that third level house. Let me tell you something, Izzy. Something about you can't be trusted. And later on in this episode, baby, I will leave you right where you stand. I knew something wasn't right about you. And everybody's like, no, Misha, Izzy's not trusted. Moving forward. In the next scene, Lydia is taking Milton to meet her family. So her mom asked what he liked about Lydia, and he said that they have fun together. So her mom is asking how many kids he wanted. He said 2, and then he wants to adopt one. And her mom really liked that idea. And child, they just want Lydia to get married, honey. He could have said 1 and a child and nothing. They just want Lydia to go. So her brother was asking how they handle disagreements by kissing. Any other questions? Lydia said Milton listens to her and she knows that he has her back. So her mom just wants her to be happy, and they accept Milton for exactly who he is. Lydia's mom and brother, I have to say, they are so sweet. They were very, very sweet. I really liked her brother. Her brother has a very nice personality. But Milton, where's your family? Okay. Not your homeboys, your family. Now, in the previews, I see that we're going to meet them next episode, and I can't wait till they get into it, honey. Moving forward. So now Izzy is meeting Stacy's family. Baby, Stacy's family got a little money. Izzy walked in looking all crazy, looking like that Izzy walked in looking like, this is nice. This all you? Oh, it smell good in here. Don't smell like no roaches or nothing. Baby, he walked in awe. Do you hear me? And side note, Stacy looks just like her dad. Just like that daddy. So they're asking Izzy questions, as they should. They're asking him what he liked about Stacy. And Izzy said, you know, she knows him so well inside and out. And if he wasn't being himself in the pods, she would call it out. So they start telling him, and she starts telling them that he just got his passport. He said, well, you know, I wasn't financially ready to travel, but now I want to. He said he's never been to California or New York. Now, I'm not trying to say anything about, you know, those that are less traveled at all. But you decided to come take a wife before you went down to California, IA? Baby, that's down the street from Texas. You can drive there in 24 hours. Say what now? How you go from never traveling to married? You have not even experienced anything yet. What are you doing? So they want to know what he does because she likes to travel. And he's telling them that he was doing something else, but now he's in insurance and he just recently switched over to that. He got the new job. He went to work for like a day. Then he left and did this experiment. So no income. That's what I'm gathering, honey, because you only worked for a week, but you ready to travel. Okay. And sir, you ain't even got no job for real. You have not even worked enough to get a whole check. Oh, no, ma'am. I don't think Dad is impressed with him at all. I think he just wants Stacy to be happy. He feels like Stacy is too good for Izzy. I can see it just by the way that he's looking. Now, he ain't gonna say it, but I can see it. So he goes outside to talk to the daddy, and the dad is telling him, you know, love is blind, but love needs to eat, and love likes nice things, and love likes to travel. My daughter likes the good life. So Izzy is telling him that, you know, he was afraid of his new venture, but with this new thing that he's doing, the sky's the limit. So he's going into it optimistic and has not made a dime. Dad is letting him know that, you know, the things in the home are going to be his responsibility. And then if he can't do it, it's going to wind up being his responsibility. And he don't want to pay for nothing, especially if she has a husband. But I mean, her daddy did say he was optimistic, but I ain't buying it, y'all. Anyway, in the next scene, the gang's all back together to get messy. So Johnny arrives. Hey, girl. And Stacy tells us that Johnny is a joke. So in the pods, she was like, I was cool, you know, and I felt bad when things went left with her. But for Johnny, she went around talking crap about me. And I have to agree, she was bitter and jealous because she wanted Izzy for herself. So we find out that Chris and Johnny are actually a couple. Now he done went back over there with Johnny, child. She said that he's the best human that she's ever met. You know, I hope that you actually are good to him. And it's good that he gave you a second chance. Maybe you saw the error in your ways. So I'm going to give you some grace. It shows who he is by giving her another chance, knowing that she lied. But okay. So Johnny is telling them how, you know, they got together. They met at the airport and they just like instantly fell in love. So Izzy pulls Johnny over to the side to talk. And he's like, you're happy, I'm happy. He tells her that he's happy he made that decision because he heard some sketchy things about her. And so she was like, what? Sketchy things about me? Basically, she was telling him and Chris the same things. So he tells her, yeah, you know, I know that you were telling me and Chris opposite things. What you told me is not what you told Chris. I wonder how Chris feels seeing this back. That's what I want to know, because the two of you, okay, but I really want to know how Chris feels. And Johnny, you did get caught in a lie. You lied. So Johnny is trying to explain herself to him, and he was on one. I mean, he was really acting up. She said the whole time you were my number one, and now I'm trying to make things up to Chris because you were my number one. So baby, Izzy is not letting up. He said, everybody thinks you're sketchy, okay? And I'm happy that I went with Stacy because of everything I heard about you. Okay, if you're happy, then why are you sitting in my face? Go away expeditiously. What, you heard about that bad credit? Well, honey, judging from these few scenes that we saw just a few moments ago, Johnny didn't lie on you. The credit, don't get it. So anyway, why are you even still talking to her? Like, there's no reason for you to talk to her. So now they're going back and forth and back. And she's like, no, you're sketchy. He's like, no, you're sketchy. Like, he's really going off. So she gets up and goes over to Chris and she's crying. So she's telling him that Izzy told her that people think she's sketchy and people think she's a bad person. And Izzy calls Stacy over and he is so hype that he just went off on this woman. He's so excited about going off that he's almost shaking. He's telling her, yeah, she called me sketchy. I was railing her. I gave it to her. I'm so happy I got you. I was really giving it to her. So Stacy was like, well, I don't care. So he's telling her he's so happy to have her. And Stacy is like, you look shaken up. Baby, he is way too emotionally invested in what Johnny got going on. It's getting weird. And the fact that you are so happy as a man to have reamed Johnny the way that you did. These people have very weird eyes, honey. The eyes are sketchy. Something is wrong with you, Izzy. Something is really wrong with you. The excitement. Even Stacy could feel it. She was like, okay, well, calm down. I'm not worried about her. It's fine. Listen. I know a lot of people might not like Stacy, but I like Stacy. And there's only 2 couples left. So if I had to choose anybody out of any of the groups, it would be Stacy. Okay, everybody else can go. And I halfway like Milton, child. Moving forward. So baby, Uche finally arrives and wants to chat with Lydia. He went in there 5 minutes, baby. He made a beeline for Lydia. So they go over to the side and they're talking. He's telling her the fact that she wanted and needed him brought him closer to her. She's smart, she's ambitious, she's attentive, you was kind, you was smart, you was important, all of that. She basically catered to him. You know what? It amazes me. Now, this is what amazed me about this part, y'all. It amazes me after all that she said and done. He can speak so candidly about her. So nice. Yet he always found a way to make Aaliyah feel bad. Y'all don't see that? He speaks so candidly about Lydia. Oh, she's beautiful. I hope she gets the love that she deserves. She's great. But with Aaliyah, are you effing kidding me? So you're a cheater, huh? Oh, okay. So you're a loser. You know what? I want nothing to do with you. Don't ever have her call me again. Lydia stalks him. I had to go back to her. She lost something and I feel bad. Uche, you can go to hell too. Moving forward. So he tells her that they need to be honest. So she's telling him she is being honest. He brings up her line. She's like, you lied. So now both of them got a little line problem. It sounds like he was cheating and she snooped and found out that he was cheating. And he asked how she knew and she lied instead of telling him how it is she found out. But my question is why? Why are you rehashing old stuff when you don't want to be with her? What is the point? So he's arguing. She gets up and she walks away because, baby, she has had enough. So they tell Milton that Lydia is arguing with Uche. So he goes in there. And this one, I had a little newfound respect for Milton because, baby, he went right there and sat in the mix. So Uche was like, can I speak to her in private? And Milton said, well, we got plans in like 10 minutes. Baby, that's oddly specific. So she's like, let me just talk to him. Let me just talk to him. See, that's what I'm saying. You see that right there? That's the toxicity. And that's what they like about each other. Because if he just pissed you off and you got up and walked away, stay walked away. Why are you back over here? So anywho, Uche then tells her exactly what he told Aaliyah. And this is too much passion for me, honey. This is too much. So then Lydia dropped a bomb, y'all, and tells us that he slept with somebody else while he was with her. And not him being the actual cheater. Very recently, might I add. So it all comes out. The reason why you were so judgmental is because you were projecting. Child, this ain't no shocker to me. This is all a mess. It seems like Uche may like the toxicity because what is the point of bringing up old stuff? Why are you sitting here with her in this space hashing out things that don't matter? She's now engaged to Milton, and you told Aaliyah you wanted nothing to do with her. But see, you don't want her with Milton. You want her to continue to fawn over you and call you and check your emails and check your voicemails. And you ain't fooling me. You like that. You like that. Lydia and Uche deserve each other. Milton, I will cut my losses and I will cut my damn hair because you know how I feel about that head. Because there are definitely unresolved feelings between the two of them. Baby, I don't get that mad with somebody I ain't got nothing to do with. I'm like, boy, gone. Anywho, so say what now? Baby, and that was the end of episodes 6 and 7. Uche was the culprit the whole damn time. Now, what it's giving me is that Lydia was with Uche, found out that he cheated on her. So then her paranoia was like, I got to make sure that he's not cheating on me. So she started following all the female friends, checking all the stories, stopping by to see if his car hood was still warm. She was doing all those things, which in turn made her seem cuckoo cuckoo. So then he spun the narrative like, you know, Lydia is nuts and she's stalking me. Okay, she stalked you, but yet you gave her chance after chance after chance. And here you are in this moment still talking to her about things that happened a while back and with receipts, showing her your phone about how she followed people from the stories. Now, don't get me wrong. Lydia is still cuckoo cuckoo. But Uche, child, oh, these men on this season, honey, it's giving trash can. JP, you and your short sets can go. Okay, you pledge allegiance to the flag. Izzy, you just want somewhere to lay head to foot. Stacy, don't let that man move in your house. And Milton, you all right, Milton Bradley. Okay, you ain't really done nothing wrong. And Uche, need I say more? Anywho, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about these episodes. Listen, I know the review is long, but I had to add both of them together, child, so we can get into it as we got into it. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.